Alright, so I just watched Abigail, and this is the new horror movie from Universal, and this is from Radio Silence, and this is the team behind the last two Scream movies, and Right or Not, and with this being the new vampire horror flick, and we find out with such crazy twists and turns, and there's so much blood and gore and a good time as well. And so this will be my official review for the movie, and obviously no spoilers, and just to go over my thoughts, and even with the horror aspects, and even what they accomplished with this movie, and even though I am gonna talk about like how great it is, and just like so much more, and there's like so much to talk about as well. And so if you're new here, then be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss on any future vids. But now let's talk about Abigail. And now, going in this film, that this is directed by Radio Silence. That's right, this is the team behind the last two Scream movies, Right or Not. And even for what they adapted in this film, it's sort of amazing, especially for a vampire horror movie flick. And even with the premise of this film, is that with these people that want to be criminals, and that they kidnap a girl who is a ballerina, and they keep her in a mansion for 24 hours, and so they can get paid, and that like is sort of like a thing like where like they had to watch over her, but then I suddenly I realize with the girl that they are babysitting and keep her isolated is actually a ballerina vampire. And even for from my experience, I feel like this was just like a totally fresh new story, especially like, I mean, of course we've seen like movies like these before, but again, this is just a completely fresh movie, and there's some like sweet kills, especially it's a bloody and gory good time. Even for what I liked about this movie is that I liked its good story, and I generally like all the aesthetics, especially for how the movie opens, and for how it ended, and I just genuinely like enjoy everything. They really like hook you in, especially within like the opening minutes, and even for a little. Let's talk about the cast here. That this is like a stacked cast with Melissa Barrera, Kathryn Newton, Dan Stevens, Giancarlo Esposito, like the late Angus Cloud, rest in peace, and like even like for how they play into their roles, and how like they're going to like to defeat this ballerina vampire, and like even though like I really enjoyed it, and especially with Melissa Barrera in this film, as we all know her from the Scream franchise, especially from what's happened then. I really enjoyed what Melissa Barrera pulled off in this movie, and like she really like does it, like she really pulls off those Final Girl vibes, and like I mean I can't say much, but like she really pulls off a really good performance, especially towards the third act, and like I mean man, like and like even while the rest of the characters, and even with Dan Stevens, which I really enjoyed. I liked his humor, I liked what he delivered, especially I really enjoyed Kathryn Newton as well. I thought like she really brought all the good stuff as well, and like, even with a ballerina vampire who was named Abigail, and I feel like with like the actress that played her, I thought she did a very good job at like really delivering all the stuff at being a vampire. I mean like she was really marketed well for this movie, and even with all the stuff that goes down, well the kills, and even with the big twists and turns that you will definitely not expect, it'll lead into a great time, and like you'll definitely witness that, and even when things goes like sideways, and it's really fun. And even well, the horror elements that go down, and trust me, you'll get some scares, you'll get some good stuff in here, especially for Radio Silence pulled off with these characters, and with this ballerina vampire that they are after, and like now just like even for the entire movie, I mean I was never once bored, like, and like they get into it like right away, and like I just really enjoyed everything, and that there's some like sweet stuff that goes down with the kills, and even towards the third act of the movie, and I like how everything unfolded. I like its good twists, and like it's just some really awesome stuff, and even especially for what was really going on, I feel like I'm mind blown, and like I just generally enjoyed its formula, but it was really adapted right to what they wanted to tell, and it was well done. And also, I want to point out Giancarlo Esposito, and as well known from The Mandalorian and Breaking Bad, especially with his line delivery, so especially towards the start of the movie, it's actually really, really good. It has some sort of like a villainy look to his face, and just with the way that they handle his character, it's sort of like a really, really good. And you'll definitely feel that throughout this movie, and definitely enjoyed everything that went down, especially for how it ended, and even with our main characters and that are in danger, and I just feel like what they pulled off here, it was really, really good. Even with some stuff that I definitely want to point out here is that even with the character interactions and with the development with these people, it's sort of really, really good. You get to know each character, especially where they are coming from, and even for how they're going to achieve this job, and to make sure they babysit this ballerina girl for 24 hours to get paid, and even with all the real stuff that goes down, and even for if each of the characters are gonna make it out alive, and even with the ballerina vampire, I liked what she did, I liked what she pulled off, and even with the way that she goes after them, it's sort of crazy from there, and even there's some sweet kills in this movie, and there are some really good ones, especially with all the gore that it delivers. It feels just like a great horror movie, especially with a vampire going after these people. I mean, it's really fast paced, and it never stops. It's just a non-stop kills. I try to figure out this whole thing, and they're gonna make it out alive. And plus, even towards the end of the movie, I was very satisfied, with the way that the story was told, and even that there's some twists and turns, and even involving our main characters, and for how stuff goes down, that's something that you'll definitely be mind blown with, and even I really enjoyed the third act of the movie, and just for how everything is exposed what was really going on, and that's something that I really enjoyed within these horror flicks, that you'll really get that tension, you'll really get that stuff, especially as all goes bonkers towards the end of the movie, and I was pretty much satisfied with what this movie offered, and I hope that Radio Silence gets to enjoy another horror movie, but this I was very satisfied with. It was really, really good, and trust me, you'll have a great time at the movies watching this horror movie flick, and thank me later, but this is something that you have to go see in theaters. And so, for my final thoughts to sum it all up, is I really enjoyed Abigail. I thought it was really, really good. It was amazing, and even what Radio Silence pulled off, it was generally really, really good, from the story to the characters, especially all the blood and gore that go down in this. So especially, I mean, there's some sweet kills that they would definitely enjoy on screen, and even for how it all goes down, especially with the third act, and even what the twists and turns that are unveiled. It's sort of really, really good, and have yourself mind blown. And so yeah, I really recommend this movie to all you horror fans out there, and even if you enjoy what Radio Silence has done, and even if you enjoyed Melissa Barrera, especially from the Scream movies, and you'll definitely get a kick out of this movie as well. And so that is going to be it for this video, and just let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below, and if you got around to watching Abigail, and if you've seen it, give me a rating to 1 out of 10. Don't forget to like the video, and subscribe, and turn on notifications about video videos. Also follow all my social medias, which are linked down below. And with that, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.